So I was okay. I repeat everything. Okay. So basically, what I was thinking to do was to go live because I started to make this 36 days of type kind of project, and I said, somebody suggested to do them live so that I can share a little bit my process. Although the process really isn't anything special. But anyway, I thought to do it. It's that time of the day where you're probably drinking your coffee or you're sitting on the toilet and need a little extra inspiration to, do whatever it is that you have to do. Today, it's letter B. I did the letter A yesterday, which was absolutely fantastic. No, it wasn't. It was stupid. And I thought, now we're gonna do the letter B. We'll do it together. As I was saying, I might have to stop the streaming at a certain point because we're expecting a couch delivery. And our marriage has been suffering from not having a couch. So this is going to have the priority later. But anyway, let's start working on this thing. As you see, I dropped a cube. Sorry. It's not a cube, that's a tube. That's what I meant. And a plane. Now the plane, I'm going to raise a little bit the subdivision so that it doesn't look so boxy. I'm gonna convert it, hitting the letter C, U, L for like a loop selection, E and Control to kind of extrude it, T to scale it down, U, L to select the loop, MS to create a bevel, and then the bevel I'm going to round up with a couple of subdivisions. And this is basically my stage. I could make it a little bit bigger just for the sake of it. Also with Alt V, I'm going to change my view here. Change the tinted border to lines so that I can see them a little bit better. I'm gonna go and change the standard render engine to V-Ray. I love V-Ray. I've been using V-Ray my entire life. The output, I'm gonna make it square, so I'm gonna say 1000 by 1000. There we go. Lock the ratio so that I have something that looks like this in my viewport. Beautiful. So I've dropped a this cylinder or this tube, call it whatever you want. God damn it, I want to make it a little bit deeper. Gonna drop a box, scale it down also. Maybe drop it to the floor. E for moving it. You tell me, guys, if you like this kind of format, and maybe we can do some more lives where I model. Because I never get to model anymore, at the moment the most of the job that I do is consulting other firms, and I don't get to do any art, and I'm a little bit frustrated with that. I have to say, I miss modeling, I miss doing stuff. Okay, we'll drop a fillet, radius 2, subdivisions 5, we'll leave it like this. Let's do a cylinder this time. So we build the top part of our geometry. There we go. I scale it down, scale it up, blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, this really looks like a bee. I am so surprised. The type 36 days of type is a an initiative that I don't know who came up with, but it's basically the chance for you to try something that you wouldn't do otherwise. And in my case, for instance, I never get to play with abstract things. So yeah, it's a way for me to get out of the ordinary, put it this way. So let's put another fillet cap, radius of 2, subdivisions of 5, that's fine. And let me place a camera. I like to model with this IBM technique, image-based modeling. So the first thing that I'm going to do is dropping a camera. I have it set up already, V-Ray camera. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to zero the rotation in the p-axis so that the camera is straight. And I'm just gonna move it up. Also, since I wanna kind of have a icon or cartoon-like type of composition, I'm gonna change the focal length to something like 85, which is usually portrait size. Now I like this, but I think I don't know, maybe I do need to turn the lens a little bit. Yes, yeah, let's do it like this. Maybe let's scale down this element so that I have a little bit more room to play with the letters. Okay, it's really nothing special. I need to make it a little bit more interesting. How can we make it interesting? Let's see, that's the wrong one, that's the wrong controller. Make this a little bit bigger. Let's make a couple of copies of this element. Yeah. You see? All of a sudden, it's nothing. All of a sudden, it's nothing. Good. So I'll move this element here. What do we see when we render this? Let's give it a very quick render. So indirect illumination, I'm gonna switch on the GI, and I'm gonna drop a V-Ray light, square light, right in front of the geometry. Let me change my display mode. Let's make this light invisible. Area light invisible. What's the radiant power? Let's make this 10,000 because it's a big light. Let's give it a quick render just to see what the geometry looks like. I'm already 12 minutes in, so I gotta speed it up, huh? What is happening? Okay, that's good. Oh, it looks okay. I like it already. So let's create a basic V-Ray standardized material. Actually, let's group the whole thing because it doesn't matter. And we'll just drop this base material here so that the light doesn't affect it too much. And let's look for, you see, like for instance, one of the things that I really suck at, it's colors. I don't know how to deal with colors that much, so I cheat. One thing that I always use, it's color schemes. Look at that. Look at this one. Very nice. Okay, so we'll keep it on the side and we use it as a inspiration. So I'm just gonna duplicate this material, call it 1, and we're gonna, okay, first of all, let me change the color of the background. I go to the environment and change this color to, say, this one. Okay, I'm gonna raise the brightness and maybe the multiplier. Let's see what happens if I render. Great, good. Me like it. Okay, so we're gonna take this material and we're gonna make it, I'm gonna say use for now. Super white reflection, lower a little bit the glossiness, something like 0.8, and we're gonna use for the basic color this color here. Okay, we'll drop this here on this geometry. Let me see if we got it. Yeah, perfect. And maybe I feel like this B, it's a little bit naked. Hold on, let me cinema for the protection tag so that now I can get out of my rendering. The camera is fixed. Let's put an array, and in the array we're gonna put a cube. I'll make a copy of this cube. There we go. So I take this array, rotate it, scale it down. Actually, what I want to do, I want to center it. Let me hide my camera and light because I don't need to look at them. Good. So with the array, I can scale the array up a little bit. Okay, I like this. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna convert this cube so that I can modify it easier. And I'm gonna move this array back. Okay, so copies. Let's make 20 copies. It's not bad, huh? What do you guys think? Let me see. I don't see the comments. You're gonna make each type in its own style. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe we'll do it together and we'll see how it goes. So let me make a copy of this material. We'll call it 2. Let me take the color scheme that I found before. Let me put it here. And we're gonna change this color to this color, right? Is it different? Great. We'll drop this here. Let's make another one. Let's call this 3. This time the color, we're gonna make it this orangey. Okay, and we drop it here. Let's use also this yellow. I like the yellow. Let's call it 4. And the color is going to be this yellow. Good. And we'll drop this, say, here. And actually, you know what? Let's drop this here on the back. Let's quickly render it. This isn't looking bad, huh? Maybe what I want a little bit more reflections for the bottom, maybe a little bit more contrast, but we can fix that easily. So reflections, we'll put these to use Fresnel. Great. Maybe we'll raise a little bit the Fresnel, something like 2. We'll make it a little bit rougher, something like this. Maybe the basic color, we can change it to something like 60%. And I want to raise a little bit the contrast between these two materials. I don't think this is too clear. So let me take the basic color, make it something like 50%. And we'll take this to 100%. Okay. And maybe this one, we can do the same with this. We can bring this to 75, maybe 100. Let's do it 80. So that there is a little bit more clear difference between the two. And maybe, I don't like at the moment, you see this reflection going in front. It's a little bit like it doesn't say anything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the main light. I'm gonna tell the main light not to cast, or not to affect the reflection rather. Let me make it visible so I can see it. And I'm gonna make a copy with Control. Turn it about 30 degrees so that I can have it on this edge. And maybe also have it a little bit thinner, maybe another 10 degrees, looking down so that it's on the edges. There we go. And we call this key light, and this one will be highlight. On the highlight, we change a little bit the intensity for sure, because this will be way too much. What else? And we make it, you know, affect the reflections. Let's take a look. Let's make this 100% so that it comes in. Yeah, this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. It's actually funky for the time that we had. But I still feel that there should be a little bit more contrast between these geometries. Okay, let's do that. So, is it... But it feels like I didn't even apply this material to... So, the tube has this color. Okay, let's make then this way darker. Basic. Let's go for 40%. Hello? Hello? It's me. Are you at home? No? Okay. 90%. This should be a little bit lighter. Maybe we'll make also the environment a little bit darker. 30%. Good. Let me check the physical parameters of the physical camera. Let's get physical. Physical. We could actually keep this to neutral. And let's see what happens. Yeah, this is already better. Okay, good. So, let me take the whole thing and let me move it a little bit. Whoops. To the center of my view. Just like so. And let me move the plane a little bit more here. Let's re-render it. And let's see. Yeah, I would say we'll call this we call it the day. What do you think? What do you guys think? Oh, there's only 4 people watching. I think that this is probably not the best time to do this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll rework it a little bit. You know, sometimes I take a little bit of time to look at the designs, you know, a couple of times before posting them. Maybe, you know, I could raise a little bit the subdivisions of these cylinders, because at the moment they're not the best. And maybe I could work out a little bit the materials a tiny little bit better. But I think the concept and the idea is done, and this is probably what I'm going to post. As soon as I'm done, I'm gonna post also the file. I don't know, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this kind of videos. I want to make them raw, super fast, and I want to kind of give you a glimpse in the way I do things, because people keep asking me this question. You know, they see me talking about the business, but they never see me doing any work. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't done a rendering, commercial rendering, I think in the past few months actually. Well, anyway, it is what life is, right? I'm gonna stop the recording now. Looking forward to your feedback. Thanks a lot to the 5 of you that are watching. Steampunk style, I wouldn't say so, I don't know. Although I would love to make some steampunk things. Anyway guys, let me know what you think about these videos. I'll talk to you the next time.